What's up, guys? Michel here, and real talk, this podcast almost didn't happen. Let me explain. If you watched last week's episode, you're probably going to know that I am in Italy. And this week I've been in Novara with my friend and former teammate, Britt Herbots. If you don't know that name, I'll be really surprised. Basically, she's been killing it on the European volleyball scene. She's also the first non-American that I've had on the podcast. I don't know what that says about this show or about Britt, but it's a fact. Britt is actually Belgian, and she's one of the youngest players to be playing in Italy at the top level right now. Britt's only 21 years old, and she's been playing in Champions League since we played together in Mulhouse, France, which was 3 years ago, if I've done my math correctly. And I also remember playing against her even before we played together. I think it was when I was playing in Turkey, and she was a whirlwind. Literally at like 16, 17 years old, she was just crushing it. And she talks to me on this podcast about how people were talking online about how they didn't think she was ready to leave Belgium at such a young age, even to go to the French league, let alone to go to Italy. And she obviously was using that as fuel for her fire because she proved them all wrong. She was MVP in the French league, she was MVP of the CEV Cup in Italy, and has firmly cemented herself as one of the top players in Italy. 2 seasons in Busto, and now she's in Novara. And I can only imagine a upward career path for her in, I don't know, Asia, maybe Turkey, I don't know. You'll have to listen to the podcast if you want to hear her talk a little bit about that. But for now, here is a little snippet of our conversation together.
Okay, the older you get, the more bad comments, because like you always have fans and you always have the people, I don't know what their problem is, but they like to write bad stuff. And you're like, I'm just gonna like see the good stuff and like forget about the bad stuff. But okay, you know me. If you write shit about me or you write she's not able to do this the next
like,
game, I'm gonna show you. And I wanna like, you know, like I remember we played the European Championship 2 years ago. I played like a good tournament, but I had like, I don't know, one person on Twitter tagging me the whole time. Is she ever gonna serve well? I didn't remember. And then like one match, 5 aces, and like really every time in the camera like, what do you say?
Stranger on the internet, what now?
And then it was just like silence. So I don't know. It's not something I'm like, I try to avoid it. I try not to read it, not to see it, because like you only feel bad about it. So why even read it? But like the thing that hurt me the most was like after my 2 amazing seasons in Busto, reading so many shit about me that I left to go to Novara from Busto, from Busto.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And like really, that hurt a little bit because like I gave my heart to them. I played every single match with my heart. I think also they fell in love with me, and maybe that's the reason why they reacted that way, and I can imagine. But like, this is my life. This is like, okay, a next step in my career, a next step in my life. And then reading like, okay, from one day you're like over there, and then like this. That was hurting.
So yeah, this podcast almost didn't happen. I got to Novara on Tuesday. Wednesday they had a match, which they won, yay! So they had Thursday all day free, and that's when we recorded the apartment tour and the podcast episode. And the next day I was scheduled to go film them at training, and maybe like an hour before training I got a message from their team manager saying, sorry, no training. 2 players and 2 staff tested positive, so no volleyball today. Which was kind of a bummer for us, for me, for you on the Volley Bubble. But luckily everyone was asymptomatic, everyone was okay. But that just meant that Britt had to be on lockdown. She had to get tested and confirmed negative before we could hang out again. So that's why there's no volleyball on this episode of the Volley Bubble. Luckily we snuck in the potty just in time before Britt had to go on lockdown. But once she came back with a negative test, we figured, you know what, we'll try and do something a little creative for you guys. We want to give you guys some value. Even if we can't get in the gym to watch volleyball, we decided we would go on a little photo shoot. So Britt and I met up in the park with her adorable pop mats and took some photos. It was a lovely day. Sun was shining, there were birds, there were other pups on the road. The autumn leaves were changing colors. We just caught up and chit-chatted and took photos, and it was lovely. So I hope you guys enjoyed meeting Britt. She's an absolute legend. Fireball of energy and also just such a cool, down-to-earth human being. Let me know in the comments if there's somebody else you would like to meet on the Volley Bubble episodes coming up. Subscribe if you want to follow along. Hit the like if you liked any of these videos. And I think I've said everything. I don't know what else to say. I'm getting awkward now. Okay, bye. Ciao, bella.